Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Cooking with Cashway. My name is Mike, and this is Chef Randall.
Hello.
And we're doing something where the silent J is sounding like an H today.
Yes, just like jalapeno.
Yes.
Yes, we have jicama, or actually jicama. So
Okay.
we have jalapeno and we have a jicama. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some margarita wings. This is a recipe for, there's this very special event where these two teams come together and it's a big deal and it's held on a certain day and there's a lot of things going on.
Okay, sounds like a super idea.
But it's a very, very different take on a wing recipe.
Okay.
Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have you juice orange in these four limes here into this pan.
Okay.
We're going to add in some tequila, and then we're going to add in the equal amount of agave because you use agave to make tequila.
Really?
Really?
Tequila in our wings. That's going to be good. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to glaze it. So with our wings here, now typically I like to use the whole wing where it's together, but I have the separate wings. I was at the grocery store yesterday, and man, they were just wiped out. I couldn't believe it.
Already?
Yeah. So I'm going to give them a little salt and pepper. And so one thing is that we learned that we cannot brown something that's wet, correct? So
Okay.
we need to have it dry. So on chicken wings specifically, they get real wet in the package. So what I do is I drain them, then I put them onto a sheet tray, and then I put some paper towel down on the bottom, and then I dab them with paper towel on top. And then that way I am keeping them from getting, from being wet. So when we go to roast them, they get nice and brown, evenly. Okay. Then I'm going to use a coarse salt, a coarse sea salt here. And then we're going to give it a little bit of oil. Now, there's a couple of different ways that we could do this. So on my tray, I don't have any parchment paper, but we could do parchment paper if we didn't want to have a whole lot of cleaning up to do.
Okay.
The thing is with parchment paper, you're not going to get that nice browning on the bottom, which is really kind of a nice characteristic of our wing, because we're not frying them, we're going to be baking them. And we're going to bake them at a relatively high temperature, about 425, 450. And all we really want to do is just cook them all the way through. So 160, 165, pull them, because we're going to cook them again to glaze them. So that's what you're doing there.
All right, so just to recap, I have squeezed all these out now.
Yep.
Now I'm going to add this.
The tequila, yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to add another 3/4 of a
Yep, so
cup.
just about, so that's about 6 ounces. And I want you,
go.
and then, so that's going to be basically like our margarita.
Okay.
Okay, dig?
I'm with you.
All right, so I'm going to go on move these around.
Boy, this smells it's potent.
It should be. All right, now when I go to put these on the tray, I want to make sure that I have my presentation side up so I get nice even browning on that.
Okay.
And I also want them to make sure that they're not crowded in the pan. So in the recipe it has you using 2 pans. That's just so that you're not crowding these things on top of each other, because you won't be able to brown them very well if you do that. Also make sure that that oven is preheated before you put them in.
Do I need to be stirring this?
No, because we're going to boil it. We're going to add it right into that pan when it's real hot.
Okay.
And that is going to create some excitement. So now what I'm ready to do is I'm ready to add some zest to this. So what I want to do is I'm going to take
This wasn't enough zest?
No, we want to flavor our wing here. Now, you could do a lot more flavoring on the wing, but we really don't need to. We really want that margarita glaze to be a big part of this dish. So what I'm going to do is just take my lime here and just give it a little zest on there.
Boy, if this isn't drawing a crowd. They're always good to eat, but if you can find a good recipe.
Well, and one of these things is that, this is just a little bit more love than your typical wing, right? We're having a little bit more fun here. Really, that's for me. That's my craft. I enjoy doing things like this because it's my craft. It's how I do what I do, and I enjoy it. I've been doing it for a while.
And when you're doing this, we've done this in past episodes. You don't want to get too far into that.
Right. We just want the pith.
The pith.
Did you get in trouble the other day, or did remember
I was fine.
remember you were telling me that your wife was going to say that you weren't listening or something?
No, but I did, and when I did it at home, I did fine.
Okay. Good.
I'm paying attention.
All right. So now we're going to put those in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
I can temp them at 160, 165 because they're going to carry over. And then when we come back, we're going to glaze these things and put it on a platter. Oh, and then we're going to also cut up our jicama. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll do that right away, and then we'll go from there.
All right, we've got things to do during the break, but don't you worry about it. When we come back, the fruits of our labor on display. Stay with us as we continue to cook.